about the little things. The ripple of a stone in the glossy surface of a lake, circles pushing out and out and out until they join other circles and waves, each a disruption that begins with the weight of an object thrown or body, say of a dragonfly landed where before there was none. We talk a lot about the little things, the small decisions or delays that mean you and not me, or me and not you, is in the wrong or the right place at the wrong or the right time. We used to call it chaos theory, the way one small action here has grand potential to impact you, wherever, whoever you may be. Sometimes the ripples, they are devastating. The wave of one airborne particle heading toward me and mine, the way we might think an action is harmless because we don't think to look where the stone lands, where the ripple travels, because we're so mesmerized by the rings expanding with perfection upon the smooth water. But other times, the impact of the small things, it is beautiful. A kindness or surprise that spreads like a ripple into a smile. A day set into motion, expansive, unknowable, with potential that is infinite. So tell me, what small ripples will you release into the world today on faith that you may not see what stuck things they loosen? Thank you.
Family. And this talks about how it's family, but that's not home. For my home is where my peace lies. Home is where all has died. For my home is where he is and he is gone. A bright and clear puddle with a glimpse of his presence as he shines upon what looks like home. His smile so big yet so small as he goes away into darkness, a cold place where I am no longer. For where is home where he no longer exists? An undeserving feeling of it not being fair that I get to live but him an abyss. Dwelling of hope that one day he'll be here, crying tears of big oceans to fill the void that you are no longer near. Upset at the world, so cold, dark, and ugly that I'll never get to heal. For my home is with you, and since we no longer are at reach, we pray that through God is where we meet. For where is home, if it not be with family? My sweet angel, I miss your constant talks about movies and music. The calming voice that brings me joy, yet so everlasting, because I just want to cry. And where is home for it not be with family, my other half, until we meet again?
When sleep consumes me, and the rest of the world is kept at bay, his eyes find mine. Only in non-realities, I taste the smoke and the weariness he wears. The stubble on his lips and the scars under his sleeves, I trace each line until they cease to exist. He finds rest in love that I am so eager to give, if only it was his own, and if only he would let me. But when the day breaks, I know the space we shared is mine, and mine only. Guilt lives on my tongue and the crevices of my heart. Thank you very much.
So the first one I'll read is The American Dream. My parents from Ecuador and Peru left what they know to come to America. The same America they talked about at the dinner table, where dreams took flight and weren't just talked to the town. Where the lights shone a little brighter and New York was a place everyone saw on TV and always wished to visit. They left their family, the only home they ever knew, to a place where they thought life would bring them more opportunities, but only to find out the American dream was a nightmare. The same America that preached about freedom that is now holding my parents hostage with the taxes that they say go to cleaning our streets. But those are the same taxes they use to provide the ammunition to kill the dreams of those across the ocean. The American dream fooled my parents. They paid with their lives, and America profits off the sweat and tears and have the nerve to say immigrants are stealing all the jobs. But those are the jobs that they can get without the fear of being sent back. The same jobs that have them making the bare minimum, the same jobs that leave them living check to check to make sure their kids have what they need. 4 to be exact. A family of 6 in America living the dream. But they forgot to tell us that this is a white man's dream and didn't include people who look like you and me. We keep this world turning, and they want us to stay silent and turn our backs and ignore what they say about us. But if immigrants could vote, the story would be rewritten. America's scared of the power of the minority, but sooner or later we'll become the majority and rewrite what the American dream is, and it won't be painted white, blue, and red. Thank you.
It's called Just Be You. I envision you becoming a woman. Not sure what accolades you'd accomplish, I just know you're gonna have many years of success. I stare at you puzzling the future. You amaze me every day. I was never unsure of your greatness. I make sacrifices to make sure you have opportune moments, exposing you of your greatness. Your mother is in you. Not perfect, but always aiming for the goal to be reached. You can never stop someone who is harder on themselves than life is. I see me in you, how you move. I want you to keep your mother's eyes. Keep the innocence and the love she has for others. Just don't be naive. I love your cloud-like behaviors, showering love onto others who might not even be deserving of it. I love you, little queen. A proud dad at his best. I watch you while you sleep, hoping to be a blessing, hoping to make you proud. Now I know your dad ain't all that. Now I know your dad ain't all there upstairs, but my moves are made with you in mind. Know that you were chosen to be here. Coincidentally, you chose us to be your parents. You chose to be great, so don't ever stop. And don't cheat life trying to get ahead. If you have to cheat to win, just give up. What's integrity? I want you to know as you see life is not always fair. It's filled with luck, beauty, and ugly-spirited folks. We don't have to repay people for the tolls they charge us with. But I will tell you to watch whom you share your love with. If someone showed you who they are the first time, believe them. Text messages are just words. If you need answers, speak and look them in the eyes. If they refuse it, block them. Forgiving people is fine, but don't be foolish. You are your parents' daughter. You may be the son I never had, but you still shine like one. Not as in a child, but born male, you have knocked down barriers set to make you fail. Kayla, you are the shoulders warriors will stand on. I love how competitive you are, showing me you won't settle for less. Keep in mind that every loss is a teaching moment. Seek the lesson and build on that. The more you do, the better you'll be. So go ahead, win in life and just be. I'll accept you for whomever you choose to be. But just be you.
Twos have followed me all my life. My birthday is on the second day of the week. The month I was born in is the second of the month of the year. My birthday starts with a 2. I'm the second child on my father's side. And in my love life, I was always the second option in case the first one never worked out. 2s were hard to escape because eventually I put myself as number 2. And because I was never first for anything, I settled for a 2. The supporting cast member in one story, the sidekick to the superhero in another. 2s followed me everywhere. And to say the least, loving myself was always number 2 because loving you was first. But I didn't end up winning that race. I ended up dropping out because my legs grew tired and my vision got blurry because all I could see was a number 2. Never the first option, but always good for round 2. I'd be in endless fights with my mind, and I still ended up number 2. But luckily, I learned how to count and realized that being number 1 in my eyes wasn't so bad. And although 2s have followed me all my life, I deserve first in every aspect of this dance we call life. It takes 2 to tango, but I won't be your number 1 partner. Thank you.
False. Would my love ever be lost? As it beats, I give it to you, hoping I'll be in tranquility, hoping you wouldn't be a disremembering. Love, is it real? This time when I ask, I will blindly follow. The warm embrace I crave from you. When you're with another, the dark wall, the deep despise I feel, and the anger that I can't erase. I'm afraid of your eyes, your smile, the way you talk. It makes me surprised to know that I can feel love from another, but the hatred that I have will get dispelled when I'm with you. When I feel the aura I desire, you, and you, I can't let go. Is it a gift or a curse, I can't tell. Am I feeling love? Have I ever felt love? I have yet to know. But the real question is, will I ever know?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Got you.
Alright, I'm kidding. Alright. Make sure to tag at NJCU Writing Center.
Absolutely,
for the post
absolutely.
Okay. These days, I find myself wanting to live, though I do not know what that looks like. I know the possibilities are endless and the options are open, but I also know that something out there for me, and maybe others too. I also know there's something out there for me, a place where I can truly be free. No chains, no walls, no need to flee, just open space and clarity. With the open thought of wanting to live, scratching the walls, screaming in my soul, freedom, life, happiness, I desire it all. Let me breathe, let me live, let me fight for what I wish. Chains from the dark, binding my life, I rip them and define my fate. My fate, seen as a dark, empty slate, as I tried to walk through the valley of death, it seemed as my great mistake. My mentor in a 36-inch cell, my friends in a wooden box as we were in school like a pencil case. I feel like life is moving, but I'm not moving at all. It's like a fast forward, but I was on pause. But today, I am choosing to hit play. One tremendous step gets small. I choose now to get back up when I fall. As I know tomorrow can't be worse than today, I have experienced many todays, even more yesterdays. So I look on to tomorrow with the hope of a sunflower turning its face to the light. There's no tomorrow because you're stuck on yesterday. Live today. Life is what you make it, so make it count. Let your greatness flow like a boundless.
This poem is written for my cousin. He's been in prison since 2008, and this is for him. I like to know if perfect papers are ever written. A paper that has no errors, one that begins with a capital letter. Make sure subjects and verbs agree to make sense, like how yesterday is always tied to today. Make sure pronouns are precise and punctuations are used. Some writers love commas, so much they are abused. For example, Fridays are my favorite days, comma, because Saturday I don't have to wake up early, comma, so I sleep until 12, comma, no period. Nouns have so much importance, a person, a place, a thing. I grew up in a story where nouns were respected by the color of the font. It's been noted that your grammar reflects your image, so buckle up and write with elegance. Nork verbs don't usually hold white tongues. Make sure indentations are placed when needed. Tab. Normally, paragraphs and essays begin with questions or sentences. My cousin grew up around in fragments, and right now, he's living a run-on sentence. The trees around him weren't the kind you write about in fairy tales. Whether he was writing on paper bags or glass, I guess you can say we've been writing different stories, but at the same time. Instead of being saved, he got sentenced. I got exclamation marks. Since I'm a writer, I like to get closer to my characters, possibly get a scope of the purpose and connect this to his or her life. I've learned that we are all letters waiting to be paged. Some letters are waiting to be saved. I've been writing my own story, but someone has been rewriting it without my permission. My cousin never got his chance, never got to choose his story. Some characters are their own antagonists, sabotaging their journeys. If you are connected to my cousin Jihad, let him know that I love him. I see my cousin in some of my students' eyes, which is why I teach with urgency, because no one ever took time to make sure he spelled love correctly. No one showed him how actions can rewrite entire pages. I question God for the way our lives turned out. If we thank him for the good, who do we thank for the hell we live? Writing your story means getting credit, a works-cited page of his own. My cousin's life was written in red ink, rage bleeding across every line. I wish I could write his life backwards, edit his past, give him the positivity where it was missing, allow him to question actions and give answers for understanding. I would never allow him to be a run-on sentence. I would have paid more attention to the moments that devoured his confidence, punctuate his life and make sure he stood up like a capital letter. Perfect papers do exist, and so does his life. I always seen you more than just being my cousin. He was my brother. Your perfect paper awaits your John Hancock. Write until you feel your voice is one speaking on the page. I know periods normally mean the end has come, and that's when our relationship made a turn. Semicolon. Your mom moving is when I could no longer meet your upside down lowercase I, an exclamation mark. We grew up playing school, you being the student, I being the teacher. I practiced positive reinforcement before I even know you didn't get it. Remember this, cousin, you are great. I looked up to you, your fashion, your style. Now I look forward to you reading your story, proving that every paper written is perfect when you breathe your life on the page.
Worth. Your self-worth shines bright like stars above. A gentle reminder of the power of love. When doubts try to creep in and shadows take hold, remember your beauty, your spirit so bold. Celebrate your journey, both the ups and downs. Each moment you face, wear your heart like a crown. Deep within you, a melody sings, a chorus of kindness that each day it brings. As you wander through life with laughter and tears, embrace who you are, let go of your fears. For the magic inside you is the joy that you share, a light for the world, a warmth everywhere. So take a deep breath, let your spirit soar high. In this beautiful tapestry, you're the reason why every heartbeat and each dream that you chase, honor your worth, for you're a gift to this space.